the rapid growth we're seeing in sports isn't just coming from the three-letter leagues that we're all familiar with, the NFL, the NBA, MLB, NHL, MLS. Am I forgetting anyone? It's coming from the ones on the rise.
So one space that I'm personally really fascinated is emerging leagues, emerging properties.
It's not just going to be the Big Five forever.
There it is.
Congratulations.
We'll have the biggest sports program that's ever existed for the Olympics and Paralympics. We added baseball and softball, lacrosse, flag football, squash, and cricket.
Yeah. Now they telling me congratulations.
You could have bought a women's soccer team for $1 million 5 years ago. Today it's $100 million. In 5 years, I think it'll be $500 million to $1 billion.
I get more questions about people wanting to invest in pickleball and where pickleball is a sports business.
Bought a pickleball team for about $50,000, sold it for about $5 million.
You know, there's a lot of fandom around pickleball. I'm one of them. But how do you take this pickleball league and turn it into a viable commercial project?
How do you break through the clutter? How are you going to get someone's attention just for 30 seconds?
Well, let's talk about return on investment. Did I just hear a pickleball team was bought for $50,000 and then sold for $5 million? Abe, I know you're a big fan of pickleball. Let's talk about that.
Well, there's a lot out there. First, sports is exciting right now. Everybody wants to be in sports.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money on the sidelines from investors who want to be in the sports business. So they look at sports that are underserved and audiences that are underserved. Pickleball's one. Great participation numbers, but is there a business there? That's what the industry's trying to find out.
Okay.
In terms of growth of sports in the United States, it's pickleball in high double-digit growth, and there's not even another sport that has double-digit growth. It's huge. On the professional side, yeah, it's kind of tough on TV. The most popular pickleball professionally aren't even some of these professional leagues, it's these one-offs, like the Pickleball Slam on ESPN, and those aren't leagues. That's just like Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf, so it's kind of a unique thing. Can a professional league, though, draw eyeballs? It has not done that yet.
I want to go back to something we saw in that video. A women's professional soccer team sold for $1 million and now could be worth $500 to $1 billion. Where do you come down on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen it just in the 1 year I've had the privilege of being in the NWSL. You're seeing just the exponential growth, the interest, and I had the privilege of running a WNBA team for the Miami Heat back in the early 2000s, and the ecosystem then is not as vibrant as it is now. So that, to me, is what is different.
And, you know, Kim's seen it all, from Miami to Golden State. Now she's here in D.C. She knows how hard it is. You need great ownership. You need a lot of money, because you're going to lose a lot of money, and you got to be patient.
Abe, let's talk about cricket for a second
Yeah.
here. It's coming back to the Olympics for the first time in 128 years. How critical is that to building the brand and the sport and interest here in the U.S.?
Well, Tarek, I mean, it's the most popular sport in the world. And sport is local, so there are a lot of local markets out there that love sports, love cricket, and they're trying to bring cricket now more to the United States. They started small, they're gonna play more cricket matches throughout America. I think with the changing demographics of the United States, cricket is a growth sport for sure.
Cricket as a sport, I think, is one of the very few, in my opinion, truly global sports.
We've seen IPL grow from 400 million viewer league to today being a 700 million viewer league.
I just thought there's no way 26,000 people are going to come and watch us at Lord's. We actually sold out Lord's for the first time, and ever since then, the game's just going from strength to strength.
I think you saw some of the potential this summer with that T20 World Cup and what that was able to do. And the U.S. knocking off Pakistan. I think someone compared it to the Red Sox losing to the Durham Bulls. I thought that was a pretty good analogy. And then they started doing all these profiles on players. These aren't professionals. These are Google engineers and a lot of people that work in Silicon Valley. So to develop a professional league where you can recognize some of the athletes, that's the next step. And there also is a visibility issue. A lot of these Major League Cricket games are in something called Willow. And I challenge a lot of casual sports fans, where is Willow? Where do you find that? It's not, it's not something that traditional sports fans are going to find their content.
The nice thing about cricket is there is a huge population in the United States. They love cricket. So there is the affinity for it. They're going to go find it. They'll find Willow, is what I believe. Because just like in the NWSL, we were off mainstream platforms and our viewers found us.
So, Kim, if I gave you $10 million right now, what emerging sport are you putting your money on?
Oh, flag football.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
100%.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Abe?
I would agree with Kim. Flag football with the Olympics in 28, very participatory, and could be a good viewership sport as well.
All right, Austin, you can't start a flag football league. What are you putting your $10 million on?
You know, I kind of like what the Premier Lacrosse League is doing. It's an incredibly popular youth sport, has a very strong base, it's coming back to the Olympics, and I think with the willpower that the Rabel brothers have at the PLL, they're going to be successful.